Welcome back to 5 Minutes on Leadership. This time I'm going to be talking about anger, another very strong emotion. And I'm going to show you how you can transform anger into collaborative action in one very simple sentence in this video. But let's first talk about the nature of anger. Anger is a very strong emotion, but we don't openly talk about it very much because we grow up thinking that you have to suppress anger, you have to control your anger. Children, they show their raw anger, usually in form of taking violent action, and that is not very adult-like. So we grow up thinking and trying to learn how you can suppress your anger and how you cannot transform it into some sort of violent action. And that is very correct. That's how it should be. I believe so. However, we can also use anger for collaborative action because it's a very, very strong emotion. Anger is an emotion that makes us take action. It is something where we think we want to change that thing that made us angry in the first place. So we don't want to live with that thing. We want to get it out of the world. However, when you encounter someone who is a client, customer, maybe a spouse, a child who is angry, you definitely don't want to ignore their anger. You want to respect it and you want to accept it, because trying to ignore it or talk them out of their anger is also just going to make them more angry. We all know that feeling, right? So, but at the same time, we also don't want that person or ourselves to take action while still angry. So what we need is just a little bit of a space between action and reaction that is going to give us the time to rethink and to take maybe more positive actions rather than destructive and regrettable actions. And that can happen with one simple sentence. That provides the space, that provides the calmness, that brings, more groundedness into the conversation. And that sentence is quite easy. Just repeat, if I were you, I would have reacted in the exact same way. That's very easy to say. Henrik Fixius, the mental coach, says that this is called opinion aikido in his opinion, which is about not getting into the way of your opponent's momentum, but using that momentum to maybe even topple them if necessary. Maybe you're thinking right now, well, you can't just agree with anything. Of course you cannot. You have to remain true to your values, but there is almost always something you can agree upon. And that thing is, if you were that person, if you were in their shoes, maybe you're talking from a space of fear, maybe you're just, misunderstanding everything. So if you were in their shoes, you would have probably done the same thing. You would have gone very angry as well. So instead of going into a mental wrestling match and trying to figure out who's right, who is wrong, telling your opponent that they are wrong, which costs you a lot of energy, it's going to ruin your day, you just agree and take that person in the hand and try to find a way of working this out. So next time, if someone comes at you yelling, your spouse, your child, your customer, your boss, whoever, just tell them, I completely understand. And if I were you, I'd react in the exact same way. Now let's go grab a coffee and talk about how we can reach our common goal. And you're going to be surprised how you suddenly find collaborative common ground. Thank you for listening and see you next time.